Miss Cracker, I gotta ask, we heard in the little teaser, are you really 35 pounds heavier now? hey, maybe since the quarantine you are, I don't know.
No, I am. I have been eating well thanks to RuPaul's Drag Race, and someone commented the other day, they're like, I really like that you beefed up for All-Stars 5. I was like, beefed up, I'll take it.
Yeah. Will the pickle make a return?
I don't know. Will she?
Will she?
I know America would relish it if she did.
Wow. Bethany's telling me it would be a big deal.
Oh.
So stupid.
But Cracker, you also talk about how the first time around you were too focused on being absolutely perfect. How are you going to allow yourself to not be so perfect this time?
Well, I think it goes back to what Alexis said, which is that you are with your girls performing on stage when you are competing in Drag Race. And I just tried to remember that.
Right.
That even though you are in that pressure cooker, as Mariah said, it's still a joyful, wonderful thing that you're doing with people that you respect and love and admire. So I put the perfection aside and let the joy of drag come back, basically.
Well, Juju, some of the newer fans may not be exposed to who Juju is. What do you want them to know about who you are?
Well, I want the newer fans to know that I'm more than a Grandma Barbie. And but I am a grandma. I'd like them to see that RuPaul's Drag Race has changed my entire life, and I am still here to be doing this, and I appreciate that, because without Ru and World of Wonder, I wouldn't have been able to do everything that I am doing. So I'm grateful for that, and I want people to see the longevity of drag and what drag can be. It could be a career, and I think all of us here are proving that.
Are you happy this time around that you don't have to compete with a partner on All-Stars?
Yeah, I am happy. You know what? I am happy, but there's also that part of me that's like, God, it would be nice to get another brain to help. You know, like it'd be nice to have two brains.
True.
You know, when you have two faces, you'll be just fine.
Oh!
Oh! You know, well, there's good juju and bad juju. You'll find out.
Ooh. Yes. Well, I always meet new fans, young people that have just started watching in the last 2-3 years. And I tell them, watch from season 1 and do your homework, because those girls paved the way for this entire franchise. What do you want new fans to learn about who Angina is?
I want them to watch season 1, and if you have watched season 1, you're gonna learn that I'm bringing the same Angina, the same genuine expression of who I am as Ryan and as Angina, but just a little bit more elevated. The makeup is a little bit more put together, and my teeth are whiter, so it's good.
Yeah. Now, your signature look, as we see today, you do the bald head, you do the hats. Will we see some wigs, or are you going to stick to Angina brand?
I do own wigs, and in my life, in my career, I do wear them throughout. But for this season, you will see some, which I'm very excited, because I look like the only woman. I mean, not next to Blair, but.
Well, she's biological. I mean, really.
Yeah, I was just going to say, speaking of wigs, Blair St. Clair looks like she is ready for the Real Housewives of something.
Yeah.
You do declare that Blair St. Clair is all grown up, and we can see it right now. What has changed?
I think first of all, there had to be like a really big internal change for me. So I by no means go and enter RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 5 saying that I'm completely changed and better for, 100%. Like, I'm still evolving and changing every single day. I've actually watched back the trailer for All-Stars and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even do my makeup like that anymore.
Right.
Like, I think as artists, we are always evolving, like, every single day. And I think what really helped me is, like, I really have, like, evolved on the inside and just become more in tune with who I am. And then on the outside, I was like, okay, so now it's time to, like, really take in consideration what my drag aesthetic is, and I want to make it exactly who I am. I don't want to take any more pieces of other people and who they are. Like, what is it that I love about drag, and how can I make it my own aesthetic and just stamp my little like BSC approval on it.
Right. Well, I was just speaking with Miss Cracker. You know, she and you are newer queens that didn't have as long to sort of amp up their new drag. Did you feel pressure to sort of make changes quicker, or?
Yes, I felt a lot of pressure to really pick up the pace with my evolution, because Miss Fame told me a long time ago. She said, an artist that is not evolving is stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, wow, that's a really amazing thing to say. So I started thinking right out of the gate, right out of season 10, that I wanted to begin my evolution and continue to evolve every single day. I didn't want to become complacent and go with my drag.
Well, Mariah, as you mentioned, this may be the first time newer fans are being exposed to the glamour that is Mariah Paris Balenciaga. What do you want them to know about who you are?
That I can memorize words. But no, but just to I just want to give them a chance to hear my name and have a chance to research my background, which is ballroom. You know, a lot of the terminology, a lot of the isms that RuPaul and the show use go back to ballroom culture. And I just think that if me being on the show gives people, it's the catalyst for people to research more about the ballroom culture and what we've contributed, not only to like the music, the arts, and vocabulary of the country and the world. Just that would be the best for me, if people just got a chance to dive back into what ballroom really is, and just to be able to express myself and show and prove myself that, you know, it was worth bringing me back.
I love that. Well, someone who I know wanted you back. I've been in New York City a long time. I've known Bianca Del Rio for years. Did you know that she had you as a phone case at one point?
Yeah, I made a quick appearance in Hurricane Bianca.
And I said, who's on your phone case? She's like, this is Mariah Balenciaga.
Yeah, I was like, come on, merch plug.
Yes, merch plug. Mayhem, you introduced yourself as Mayhem the Drama Miller. Does that mean you're bringing the drama, or what is that all about?
I mean, she's the queen of the party for a reason.
Oh, come on, solo cup.
You know, a little party solo cup, Henny.
Yeah.
I mean, why not bring a little drama? Why not? It's a reality show. Yeah. We are here for that. So maybe we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, I loved you on your season. I loved all of you. But Mayhem, you spoke about sort of starting high on your original season and then taking a little bit of a dip. How are you going to change that up and start maybe here and take it up?
My approach is completely different this time around. Before, I was a little reserved and I wanted to hide and kind of just be like, all right, let me just chill back here and let everybody else go home, and then I'll kick it in. This time I learned, you know, don't hold back, just go in full blazing. So that's what I'm doing this time around.
India, you spoke on this, but you know, you said in the little teaser we saw for season 5 that you are remodeled and remastered. So what has been remodeled?
India, completely. I had a lot to prove to the world. Coming off of season 3, just being known as being the queen who picked up, or a horrible weather girl that couldn't tell a hell no storm for anything. But being able to show who India is now. And I mean, I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada 8 years ago and worked at a nightclub 4 nights a week. And right now I'm doing 8 shows a weekend at brunch. Not currently because of COVID, but before that we were doing 8 shows a weekend. So I've grown a lot. My entertainment value has skyrocketed. Makeup's gotten better. I feel more confident, and I feel like my
I have
personality.
to say, I am a Drag Race fanatic. I don't even recognize you. You look great before, but you look spectacular.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Did you enjoy filming All Stars 5 more than season 3, or were they just completely different entities?
Much more enjoyable, but again, completely different, because the production value and the growth that it's become is absolutely incredible. No one can even imagine how being on set is now. And it was incredible to be able to experience a difference from 10 years ago when I filmed season 3.
Derek, I see the words written on your shirt. Are you gonna be the tried and true Britney Queen, or, you know, you say you don't want to necessarily be so pigeonholed. What are you gonna show us?
Well, I think that, I mean, obviously I'm celebrating Oops. It's the 20-year anniversary, and let's give it some love. And I decided to come in that look because it's so iconic, and I wouldn't change it. I need those girls to understand who they're competing against. I feel like I'm already at the top of my game as an impersonator, but there's always room to evolve as a drag queen, and there's no better stage to show that on than the RuPaul's Drag Race stage. So,
Absolutely.
Of course, I'm gonna come in guns blazing, because if I show up in dark hair with different makeup, it's like, who's that?
We would be like, who?
Yeah. So you gotta go in with what you do best first, and then expose other talents as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Well,
About a
Alexis,
nickel.
you walked into the workroom giving us Puerto Rican glamour, looking amazing.
Yes.
And of course, you mentioned giving us Miss Vanjie to the world. Did you realize what you were doing when you were releasing her out there?
Honestly, yes. I met Jose first, so of course, his personality was just so huge and crazy, and I knew the world needed to see this, so of course I sent it on purpose, and of course it worked out just well.
Absolutely. And you all, just like Mariah, you were incredible on your season. But what do you want newer fans that may not be exposed to Alexis Mateo to know?
I want people to know that I'm comfortable with my skin now, that I am having a great time, that I am very in peace with my own self.
Yeah.
I'm a grown-up adult right now. I'm very independent, and I'm loving who I am. That's why I picked my Puerto Rican flag to walk into the workroom, and it's a very big statement of who I am right now.